another weekly preview, AK-47 over at Prime Trading Investments and TradeCaster.com after taking last week off with a little weekly preview. Of course, last week was Father's Day. Had a Wednesday off actually in the middle of the week too with Juneteenth. This week, our last full week of June. We have the June 24th to the 28th this week. Then, of course, the next week, we'll have another shortened week with July 4th on a Thursday with a half day on Wednesday. So let's get into this week and what we see moving forward. Of course, hopefully you've seen my charting lessons. You know I'm going to be starting this in a 15-day, 15-minute time frame, really working with the highs of last week and the lows, well, what could be the lows of this week, and charting. So essentially all I'm going to be using is right here from a couple of weeks ago, and of course from last week. We'll be using that, and that's it specifically. Nice tight channel to work with on Friday. Break out of the top portion of it, which would also be the really support low of day on Thursday with a high of day on Friday. So I didn't give Friday a big range in day, and I figured we'd be a little tighter with the SPY. Now, back over that 545.60 mark, watch for a squeeze up into this area, 546.70, with potential move overall to 548.35. And over that, then we're moving up to around this 549.50 area, with potentials for the week, in my opinion, should see 551 for a normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would take it to all-time highs, probably just kind of guesstimating 552.50, 553. Being, again, we have a full week in really kind of the middle of now summer's just started. People are traveling for vacation. July 4th coming up. We could hit a stalemate and, again, channel here for the next week or two, maybe in the middle of July. We'll see. We haven't really channeled that much. And you just go back to a 4-hour time frame, 180. We haven't really channeled much. You know, we don't really hit an area and just sit there. It's just something the SPY hasn't done for quite a while, really. You have to find really right through here back from last fall, where we'll just go ahead and call it the beginning of it right around right here, 448 up to around 460. But we had that tight channel for quite a while, but even here from about 452 to 460, but that lasted, for almost a month or so. But that was the last time. We got close to being in one here, but it's rather big and choppy. I'm talking like a true $10, like here is, $10-ish range. So in my opinion, it would be creating one from 540 to 551. So keep that on watch. Maybe that's something that happens as we finally do get a little bit slower as we head into the middle of the trading year, really, so to speak, as we hit the 1st of July. So I'll say that's my normal high of the week, 551, with your ultimate high hitting about 552.50, maybe 553. To your bottom side, of course, a crack of Friday's low, or really 544 down to Friday's low of 543. Under that, it's going to be hard to get back through the rest of that charting. Could possibly see last Monday's low of day and open at 541.65 after we crack that mark. Then down to right here, right around 540, down to 538.75. That'll be my normal low of the week. My ultimate low of the week would then crack it back in the channel that we are in for about a week, which is about all we ever do is channel for a week now. But under that 538.75 mark, watch for move down to 536.70, 536, somewhere in here. I don't, just like this last week where we based out on the top of all that, right? I think that would be the same thing. If we crack back, the most we would go is back to the top of this. Like we right here, again, that was a top portion and then became support. If somehow we crack back through the bottom of that, we wouldn't get, in my opinion, any lower than the top portion of that channel. Let's go through Apple now real quickly and the rest of these plays. Apple here, and we have some room to run, which I do love about Apple. Watch for a downtrend break, could possibly squeeze as well. We'll go to the bottom side at first. Under this too, this is looking great for Monday. The right now, team. If this is one of those things like say Monday morning and this hasn't cracked this 207 area, I'm loving that for a move down to 206. When 206 cracks, then you're good down to about 204.50, 205, and below that you're into the 203 range, 203.50 range. How much is, and it's been moving a lot bigger, just the range overall, but how much does it, in my opinion, it range for the week? We've been ranging about, now again, granted, besides these two crazy days, which has set Apple off into this new stratosphere, of actually moving bigger now than what we were. You can see what we were kind of moving beforehand, $2-3 days, and now all of a sudden, after these two massive days back to back, which accumulated about a $30 move, just massive, and all of it was pretty much in market, as you can see. There was not like pre-market gaps up, gap up or whatever. These were all in market moves. We're moving a little bigger now, but I'll still say we could maybe, but surely go back to what we were doing before, which was not moving at least not as much as we're moving now. So my normal low of the week will be right around Now, typically we used to move about $5 to $7 in a week. So I'll say somewhere right around this 203.50 to 202.50 for your normal low of the week, with your ultimate low of the week taking it back, kind of like with I've just talked about the old portion of what is resistance should be support now with the SPY. Same thing here with Apple. If we crack that 202.50 mark, we're heading down to 200, and we're most likely heading down to 197.50, maybe even 197. That'll be your ultimate low of the week, a $10 move back down. For your move up, watch for a downtrend break. I would probably base it right off of this area right there, running through Friday. Watch for a downtrend break for a move back up to 212. Over 212, watch for a pop to at first 213, then 214. Over 215, I see some resistance from 214.50 to 215. Over 215, watch for a pop to 216. Now, where's my normal high of the week again? Could we go back to channel mode and not move as much? Could happen. I'll say 212 normal high of the week, somewhere right around here, 211.50 to 212, with your ultimate high of the week taking it back up to that 216 mark, maybe even 218. That could be on watch. Over to AMD here. Has been a gross choppier play. I like ARM and Apple way more here recently, which I'm surprised to even say that. But you can see here, and you can go back even further than 15 days if and when we need to. This has just been a gross mover for a month plus now. Not so pretty. So again, overall, where do we see AMD for the week? Choppier. I don't like it. Back under 158 down to around 156. I could see that being the normal low of the week, with your ultimate low of the week being 154 and maybe a little bit lower. For your move back up, we need over 164, and especially this 166 mark. We'll say 166 and up to this upper, the high on Thursday will be your normal high of the week, with your ultimate high of the week taking it close to 170. Not a big fan of AMD, a much bigger fan of ARM, as you can see here, a much bigger, better mover, more consistent mover as well. ARM only really need to use this level as of right now. Back over 162.25 in Friday's high of day. Chester, guys, come in here. Chester, come on, guys, come here. Cheddar, come on. Come on, lay down. Come on, lay down. Come on, guys, lay down. Jack, get up right here. Jack, right there, lay down. Groot, lay down. I gotta pay, all these damn dogs. Over Friday's high of day, 162.35. Watch for a pop-up into this Friday before last high of day of 166.65 or so. Jack, come here. Chester, come here. You're good, guys. Mama, you're fine. Over that Friday's high of day, watch for a pop-up to 170. Over 170, watch for a pop-up close to 175, but we'll go 172 first and 175. Normal high of the week, 175. Ultimate high of the week, definitely going back to 179. Somewhere around 180 easily is my point. If not 185, we've been moving a lot bigger. For your low of the week, really it's going to be hard to crack back under this 160, or 150, 150, 123 area. So you can see here support, all through 150 to 153. That'll be my normal low of the week, right down toward the bottom of that, right around 151. Your ultimate low of the week under 151. We have to scroll back a little bit farther. Under that 151, 150.50 mark, watch for a move down to 147.50. Possibly even a little bit lower for your ultimate low of the week there on ARM. Could form overall too in a bigger time frame, a possible, and even really in the 15 a head and shoulders, with the shoulders being here, another shoulder session being maybe possibly created there. Roo, no ma'am. Roo, no ma'am. And there, of course, is your big O head. Let's go over to Google. Got the pack. Haven't fed them today. It's getting a little later, so they are getting, honestly, to just be truthful, annoying. They're like, feed me. Google really gross and choppy here recently. Do not like it. Had this gorgeous week-long multi-day trend line. Did lead to a pretty decent pullback, but that's pretty much, in my opinion, what you're looking for. Downtrend break led to a nice pop on Friday. That's what I'd be looking for overall in Google. Over this 182, 182.50 mark, that's where you're looking for a long and more squeeze up. And if you go back a little bit further here, you can see we haven't been in that area in quite a while. It's pretty much all-time high area, really. We tested it here, then we tested it there. So over 182.50, watch for a pop to 183.65. That'll be my normal high of the week, all-time highs, which that is on Goog. Ultimate high of the week takes it to new all-time high. Over 185, could see 190 for the week. For the move back on down, watch for a crack back under 180 and 179-ish area, but then it gets gross and choppy. Not really a trend line built either. Maybe we build one. So we really don't have any trend lines or downtrends to play off of this week. Really, the best play is going to be up into all-time highs over 182.50 and 183.50. I'm not a big fan of the short. Watch for a move down to 179, 178 for your somewhere in here for your normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would take it back down to around 175. Very choppy gross play until we get to all-time highs is Google. Meta, kind of the same thing here too. It's had some days, but some days it depends on the day. Some days is good and some days are really gross with Meta. As you can see here, that's super gross. That's super gross, super gross, super gross. That's pretty gross. There's some good days and some days there's not. For Meta here, back under this 92 mark and 90 mark, could see some good move down, especially back under 490 finally. Would see a move down, of course, right there to 488 to start off with, 488.75. Anyway, under that 875 roll, back down to 485, and possibly under 485, could see down around 480 for the week for your ultimate low of the week. Again, choppier play. So I'll say normal low of the week right around 485, ultimate low of the week back down to 480, if not 479. What do we got here? Coming up next, we have the high. So watch over 495.75, 496 for a move to 497. Over that to 498, over that to 500, right? It gets a little like $1 increment. I would say your normal high of the week is going to be right around 505, with your ultimate high of the week taking it back up to 510, somewhere in there. Microsoft here looking for all-time highs as well over this 451 mark. Looks like it wants to squeeze a lot like Google, but even more so. Over 451, you are at all-time highs for Microsoft. Watch it for a move to 455, 460 this week. Go watch my charting lessons and use those increments on the way up and what numbers they usually run to when we're at all-time highs. I've given that in my lessons over the last few weeks. Go watch those charting lessons. I would say your normal high of the week. Some of me wants to go normal high of the week. Sticks at 451 and we don't get over it. But we're so close to it, it just seems like it's a given. So I'll go normal high of the week. We squeeze through that and go to 455. 457.50 to 458.75. 457.50 to 458.75 normal high of the week, with your ultimate high of the week squeezing up to over 460 to 465. Now for your move back on down, watch for a trend line crack back under 548, under 548 down to around 546.50 here to 544, or 545 I should say. Under 545, watch for a move down to around 544 and then down to around 543.50. 543 to 543.50, maybe. We'll include, let's go down a little bit more. 542, normal low of the week, somewhere right around here. Ultimate low of the week cracks it back down to 541, 540, and even possibly with a big move. I don't think it's going to happen, but just below 440, just below 440 for your ultimate low of the week. Oh, man, another one here. All right, so Netflix, all right, so Netflix here, another one here, looking to squeeze the all-time high. Now, that's a good thing because that means these plays can actually run and squeeze. So over 690 here, watch for that pop. It's a magnet to 700. It's a magnet. It's a done deal. 700 will be my normal high of the week because we could fluctuate back down first. Your ultimate high of the week, over 700, watch for a move to 710, 715. For your move back on down, we are kind of creating a channel right now. Bottom part of that channel, 675. I'll go normal low of the weeks at 675 with your ultimate low of the week. And that would be probably if we got a sell off right off 690 and came back down, would be right around 665. I know. So I'm telling you, my animals are just, even me. I'm like trying to fly through these for you. I would say watch over one. This could get choppy. We'll see if we come down, don't come down. I'm just going to go straight to the numbers here. Normal high of the week, right around 134-ish. Right around 134. Normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, watch for a pop back up to 140. For your low of the week, watch for a move down right around, for your normal low of the week, right around this 122 to 120 mark, somewhere in here. Somewhere in here. Your ultimate low of the week, I finally get that pull back down to where I think a lot of traders would like to start scaling in on a long-term play, which to me is right around this 117 to 115 mark. Ultimate low of the week, somewhere in there. Over to QQQ. As you can see, all-time high area. Lows for the week, watch for a pullback down to 475, then down to 470. Normal low of the week. How much do we normally move here?
Sorry, could you say that again?
$10. I'm trying to figure out how much we move normally a week. 10 to 15 at most. Okay. Normal low of the week under 478. Watch for a move down to 475 to 473. Normal low of the week right around 473. Ultimate low of the week would take it back down to 468, maybe a hair below it. I doubt we see 465. that would be just a big sell-off and SPY, maybe, blah, 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 blah. But somewhere in here, ultimate low of the week. Normal low of the week, 473. If we crack that, we're a magnet to 470, and then down to 468, if not down to 465. Back over 482 is 483. 483 is going to be huge for the long. Over 483 for the move up to 486. We'll go 489 normal high of the week, and we'll channel up. Your ultimate high of the week, we squeeze through, go to all-time highs. Over 489, we'll make a really close surge to 500. I don't think we quite get there. 495-ish or so. 495 for your ultimate high of the week. My cat is just going crazy. He's like, I am so hungry. SMCI, normal high of the week, we'll go 10, we'll go right here. That's $100. Yeah, we'll do it. SMCI, normal high of the week, right around 1,000 to 1,015. Your ultimate high of the week would take it back to 1050. For your low of the week, normal low of the week is going to be right around 825 to 820. 825 to 820, normal low of the week, with your ultimate low of the week taking it back down to 800, maybe a hair below 800. Over to, last but not least here, we'll go to Tesla. Tesla, normal high of the week, 188 to 188.75. Ultimate high of the week, this right here, that 190-150 mark. For your low of the week, watch for a move down to around 172. If we crack one, because we're getting pretty tight in this channel right here. Downtrend break, watch that nice squeeze up to one, of course, if not 188.75, could hit 190-150. Now, again, this is in one of those wonkier ranges that we could easily break that downtrend and go even above 190-160. But I will say normal high at 188.60, ultimate high 190-160. If we do get over 190-160, watch for a pop to 193.50, maybe even 195. For your normal low of the week, watch for a pullback down to 174, 174-ish. Your ultimate low of the week would take it back under this 176 mark will be great. But down to 174 for your normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would take it to 172 and then down to 170. So I'll go ultimate low of the week 170. Normal low, 174. Normal high, 168, 65, 75. Ultimate high, 190, 160. My favorite place for the week just coming out of the gate already right now. It was Netflix to squeeze the all-time high. Netflix to squeeze the all-time high. Microsoft to squeeze the all-time high. And Google to squeeze the all-time highs. Those would be really high watch for me this week so far. Just right out of the opening gate moving into Monday. What was the other one I liked a lot? Apple. Apple was another one I liked a lot just because it's really tight from Friday and after hours. We'll see what we get on Monday as well. So there's your areas for the week and your levels. Have a great last week of June as we head into July. Signing off this time. See you next week.